Mmoja nipatiwe tu, naenda tu pale tu kwa mkutano ya Ruto, tafadhali Wakenya wakufe milioni 1 lakini Wakenya milioni 58, tafadhali 57 7 wabaki kama wako maisha mazuri. Which words were calculated inside the Kenyan public in carrying out a terrorist act against the head of state. Evans, Okongo, Kawala, have you understood the charge? Is it true or not true?
That's the content.
Is it true or not true?
Is it true or not true?
You are not guilty, isn't it?
Kama kapshakur tena.
Mr. Maham?
Yes. At this point,
yes.
I will first introduce Mr. Babu Owino.
Yes.
Made an application for bail and bond terms on behalf of the accused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Once again, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon to you.
Babu Owino appearing for the accused person.
Yes.
Evans Kidero Jasuba, alias Jasuba.
Yes.
Your Honor, Article 49(1)H reminds us of the rights of an accused person to be released on bail or bond unless there are compelling reasons.
Yes.
And in our case, the prosecution is not objecting to admission of the accused person to bail. And therefore, Your Honor, our prayer is that the accused person be admitted to very reasonable bail terms, and if you are generous enough the way you are always, Your Honor, you can release him on personal bond terms, because, Your Honor, even issuing higher bail to the accused person, irrespective of the nature of the charge, renders this right to be released on bail as per Article 49(1)H, it renders it nugatory and further infringes on this same fundamental right. And when that happens, Your Honor, that alone may amount to miscarriage of justice. Your Honor, the bail and bond policy of the court stipulates that cash bail or bond should be applied in a manner that suggests that it is not punishing, nor humiliating at all times before trial. Because, Your Honor, this accused person is still innocent. And even if you look at his face, Your Honor, you can see a lot of innocence. Still innocent until proven guilty under Article 52, paragraph A. Your Honor, just Justice H.M. Nyaga, in paragraph 14, the case of Muchui and Anaba versus the Republic, said that the purpose of bail is to ensure that the accused person attends court and not to punish, Your Honor, not to punish. And not to punish him before the case against him has been proved to the requisite standard of law. Further, Your Honor, in R versus Munir Haron Ishmael, High Court Criminal Revision number 51 of 2009, your brother, Your Honor, Justice Wasame, as he then was, said, and I quote him verbatim, seriatim. He said that the basic denominator is to secure attendance of the accused to answer to charges against him. To secure attendance, Your Honor, only. And lastly, Your Honor, your sister, Justice Musheni, in High Court Criminal Revision E53 of 2025, in Victor Siresia Munyao and 41 others versus the DPP, released the accused persons who are charged with robbery with violence, Your Honor, another serious charge to note, who are charged with robbery with violence on a cash bail of 30,000 Kenya shillings. 30,000 Kenya shillings, Your Honor. And Your Honor, this was further revised to 15,000 at the Chief Magistrate's Court in Thika. And therefore, Your Honor, if a capital offense that is even attracting a penalty of death sentence could be released on 30,000 cash bail and 15 further. So 15,000, Your Honor. The charge before you, Your Honor, is an intention or rather incitement to commit terrorism, not even terrorism, Your Honor. Incitement to commit terrorism. It means that this charge before you is an infant to the charge of robbery with violence, which is a capital offense. And therefore, Your Honor, you and I know very well, Your Honor, that these cases are coming before you and they will still be coming. They've been coming. I know clearly, Your Honor, that this is a political witch hunt. This is persecution and not prosecution, Your Honor. This gentleman, Your Honor, does not even have a job. has a family. Every morning when he wakes up, Your Honor, he thinks about the next rent, how he will get it, thinks about the next meal. This is one of the many Kenyans, Your Honor, who cannot afford 3 meals in a day. He is a downtrodden, he is a less fortunate. Has no means of survival, Your Honor. And therefore, Your Honor, with the wisdom that I know that you possess, find it kind in your heart, Your Honor, to release the accused person on personal bond terms, or even, Your Honor, I can pay for him 5,000 Kenya shillings. I've carried it here with me, Your Honor. Because even taking him into custody, Your Honor, if we give higher bail terms, he will not afford it. Him going to custody, Your Honor, we've noticed and we've seen so many deaths occurring in these police cells. Just the other day, one of my constituents was murdered in a police cell less than a week ago. A gentleman by the name Bernard Omai died in a police cell, Your Honor. Today, Kidero again from my constituency, Your Honor, has been brought before you with incitement to terrorism charges, Your Honor. I don't know what might happen to Kidero if he is not released today, Your Honor. He was arrested 2 days ago. We tried to talk to the officers to release him on cash bail, on bail, the police bond, at the police station.
When was he arrested?
He was arrested the day before yesterday, that was on Tuesday, Your Honor.
Tuesday the 26th?
Yes, Your Honor. The manner in which this innocent person was arrested, Your Honor, you would think that it was a movie, Your Honor. 6 Subarus, 15 police officers, 15 guns, fully loaded, Your Honor. And we wonder that there's still insecurity in our country, Your Honor, with that kind of machinery that we have. Therefore, Your Honor, as I rest my case, Your Honor, and invite my learned counsel, it is my prayer that you deliver your ruling extempore, Your Honor, and consider this deserving citizen. I rest my case, Your Honor, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes.
My name is Onjira Manya, and I wish to fully associate myself with the submissions that have been made by my colleague, Council Babu. But I also wish to expand the debate here. Section 123A of the Criminal Procedure Code directs this court on what it should be considering when an application for bail is made. In addition to what Council Babu has very eloquently explained to the court, that the first and overriding consideration should always be
That is section 120?
3A of the Criminal Procedure Code. So in addition to what Council Babu has very eloquently submitted on, which is that the first and primary consideration should always be whether the accused person is going to avail himself of trial. Section 123A is also clear that first and foremost, the relevant circumstances in the situation should be considered by the court. The nature and the seriousness of the offense must be considered also by the court. The character of the accused person, the accused person's record in respect to fulfilling previous obligations, if there were, and the strength of the evidence that he or he may not have committed the offense. Your Honor, I am anticipating a situation where the ODPP is going to very seriously compel you that the charge before the accused person or the charge facing the accused person is serious. And that is what I would like to dwell on in my submissions. First and foremost, Your Honor, is the right to be presumed innocent, which guards against bail and bond terms that are or may be exceptional or that may be couched in a way that would lead to pretrial detention. We pray that the court considers that at this point the accused person is presumed to be guilty. There is a requisite standard in law that the accused person to be presumed to be innocent. I stand guided, Your Honor, is presumed to be innocent. That there is a requisite standard in law that the ODPP is supposed to fulfill as regards the charge before the accused person. But more importantly, Your Honor, is that Justice Onyego of the High Court in Republic versus Ali and two others, this is criminal case E002 of 2024, in paragraph 15 and 16, and we pray that they guide this court.
Request number?
E002 of 2024. We pray that the court considers first and foremost that the High Court has supervisory jurisdiction over this court. But in paragraph 15 and 16, the learned judge postulated as follows: that first and foremost, the mere fact that an offense carries a severe charge, a severe sentence, is not reason to deny bail, and it is not also reason to couch bail terms in a manner that would lead to pretrial detention. That is one. But secondly, bail is simply security to ensure that trial is attended by the accused person and is not going to be based on the seriousness of the charge. It is also not going to be based on the seriousness of the sentence that the accused person stands to serve if he is convicted. So that is first and foremost. And the same position has been taken by the bail and bond guidelines that have been prior mentioned by Counsel Babu, that seriousness of charge is not by itself a factor to warrant denial of bail or to couch bail terms in a manner that would lead to pretrial detention. Your Honor, this is guideline 4.26 of the bail and bond guidelines. Further, on the question of presumption of innocence that I had alluded to under Article 50, Sub-Article 2, the bail and bond guidelines under Guideline 3.1 are clear that bail is supposed to be couched in a manner that allows the accused person to keep the fabric of their life intact. The fabric of their life intact, Your Honor. Meaning that bail should be couched in a manner that allows the accused person to maintain their community ties, to maintain access to his family, and a job if he has any. But more importantly, as per Article 50, time for him to plan and actively participate in his defense, because it is his right to mount a defense against the charge that is facing him. Finally, Your Honor, in Cyril Kipchor Serem versus the Republic, 2020 EKLR, and this, I think, properly marries with what Counsel Babu had said. The terms of bail are not supposed to punish the accused for his perceived guilt. Perceived guilt, because at this point, he is still presumed innocent. But more importantly, even if the sentence he stands to serve, if convicted, is serious, Cyril Kiptoo goes ahead and says, Your Honor, that the terms of bond are still not meant to ensure that the accused is detained. They are also not meant to ensure that he is kept in custody as he awaits trial, or that he is kept in custody to minimize chances of escape or to escape punishment. In short, Your Honor, what we're trying to convince you is that it will not be enough for the prosecution to tell you that the charge before facing the accused person is serious. There has to be other factors in order for bail to be either high or bail to be couched in a manner that would lead to pretrial detention. I will invite my other colleagues to make an addition to the same thing.
Can I at this point give direction? I have been requested by Council Babu Owino to give an extemporaneous ruling.
Yes.
But if we each take 15 minutes to submit, I might have to settle for a different date.
Very well, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, there's a lady here.
Yes.
It's her first appearance in court.
Yes.
I would love her to say something.
We will limit it for that special privilege for 5 words. 5 minutes, please. Yes, please.
Permission, Your Honor.
Yes.
Rajoro,
Yes.
Your Honor, been requested to hold briefing for SC Orengo.
Yes.
Rates to be placed on record amongst Babu Owino, amongst the team of the Defense Council.
Okay. Thank you. That will go on record, Mr. Rajoro. Thank you. Yes,
Your
Council.
Honor, my name is Miss Francie Kadide.
That is Miss
Francie Kadide.
Kadide.
Yes. And I'm appearing with my learned seniors here, and I most humbly adopt the comprehensive oral submissions just presented by my seniors in entirety. However, with the court's kind leave, I would wish to reinforce our position by citing a civil authority, which is the case of Benson Mwangi Maina versus Republic, 2019. Criminal Revision number 113 of 2019, where despite the accused was facing charges under Porter, the High Court, Benson Mwangi Maina versus Republic of 2019.
That is 2019 Ikela.
Yes. Criminal Revision number 113 of 2019.
Okay.
Where despite the accused facing charges under Porter, the High Court family ruled that the terrorism charge is not a blanket visa for the state to hold the accused in perpetuity. Therefore, the accused should be granted reasonable bail. And the accused is not a flight risk. He's well known. He's a social media person who is always at Jacaranda, and he's known where he lives. His residence is known. So, as my seniors have stated, he should be granted reasonable bail terms to secure his release. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, thank you. I hope you will not disappoint our council.
Your Honor, yes, can I invite the prosecution? Yes, please.
Yeah. Just in summation of what the defense counsels have said, one quick point. The mere fact that the prosecution are not opposing our bail application confirms that indeed the accused person cannot, will not jump because he will attend court. So on that basis, we pray that he be released on very reasonable bail bond terms. If anything, on a personal recognizance. I rest our submission.
Mr. Kerry?
Yes, Your Honor, I did have a word with the investigating team, Your Honor.
Yes.
And the state is not objecting to the release of the accused person on bail. However, we wish to state that the charges that the accused person is facing are serious in nature, which upon conviction, he faces up to 30 years in prison. We also invite you to consider the utterances and the manner and the circumstances surrounding the commission of this offense. On the face of the charge sheet, Your Honor, and consider that indeed it is a serious offense intended to incite members of the public. So inasmuch as the state is not objecting but is calling upon Your Honor to mete out adequate and commensurate bond terms to the accused person, to ensure that, Your Honor, he is and he will always attend trial of his case, Your Honor. That will be all from the state.
Having had the extensive submissions from both sides on the issue that is before the court, and considering the nature and the circumstances of the offences that are charged herein, and the personal circumstances of the accused person as have been brought out in the submissions of counsel, and having considered the fact that the prosecution is not opposed to grant of bail and bond, the accused person, This court proceeds to order as follows. The accused person may be set at liberty upon securing bond of Kenya shillings 500,000 with one surety of a similar amount. In the alternative, the accused person may be released upon depositing cash bail of Kenya shillings 50,000 with one contact person. Those are the orders of the court. Let's have a mention date for this court. Mention date.
The 22nd of June.
Mention on the 22nd of June.
Just a moment, Your Honor. We do confirm if the date is convenient to us. That's fine. That's okay, Your Honor.
Good, thank you. Tutakuja kwa chini.
Tunaweka M-Pesa. Hizo zimebaki sasa, mimi pia mteseke kidogo venye nalipo hapa. Sio itakuwa rahisi siku nyingine kazi ngumu. Nikwenda tu pale kwa nini? Naenda hapa alafu uone venye hiyo ni sawa.